How are ya?
I can see you.
You can see me. I had makeup on today, so I thought I'd share.
Okay. You got to get it while the getting's good.
I had to have a reason.
Next time when you don't have makeup on, I picture you with makeup on.
Yes, exactly. That's how we should do that. Oh, girl, what are you doing?
I was just going over my list of excellent questions.
Okay.
I'm gonna be on it this time.
It's been an interesting morning. I was like, yay, I don't have work. Yay, my daughter doesn't have school. Oh, but she does have a doctor's appointment.
Oh no. Oh,
that I forgot about until like 7:10 this morning. I was like, shit.
Oh God, I hate that. It's like sudden morning things are the worst.
They're the absolute worst. They are the absolute worst. I was like, Percy, I forgot you have to go get stabbed. And she was like, I didn't forget, Mom, you did. Okay.
That's what moms are for.
Okay. Obviously not going to be enough coffee for today. Noted. Being a mom is awesome.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I have this rule where I don't eliminate things that she can listen to musically. I'm like, you can listen. I don't give a fuck. You can listen to whatever. And I had one of those moments. I was like, we were driving to the doctor and I'm like, you can play whatever you want on my phone. And she's like, really? And I was like, yeah. She said, can I sing along? I'm like, always. And she was like, can I curse? And I was like, wait. I'm like, why? She was like, because the song says bitch. And I was like, go ahead. Merry Christmas.
I just called out a musician yesterday for using the word bitch because it's like everybody uses it in rap and hip hop. It's like overused.
Yeah.
He was coming from that direction and trying to go into alternative rock and he was using it. It's like, dude, I don't think it flies there so easily,
Yeah, this was like this crazy. She was listening to this. It was like metal met breakbeat. And so like the beat hit and I was like, yeah, I'm into this. Yeah, I'm into this. And then it had like a crazy effect on the voice. So it sort of sounded like an out of tune TV, which sort of bugged me. Because I have issues with like using too much effects, but I could get why they did it. And I guess it's a song about a stalker and like the chorus drops and she looks at me like she's not quite sure, even though I said, yes, she can do it. And then she's like, bitch, I'm outside your window.
Her big breakthrough bitch moment. Yeah, cursed in front of mom.
Happy holiday.
Write it in her diary.
So that's my holiday. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I my new clock works exceedingly loudly.
Nice. That works for you?
Not really, but
okay.
I turned it. I just opened the box last night and set it up, and so like then all of a sudden all night is like dick.
No, absolutely not.
And then when it rings, it's just like outrageously loud. So yeah, I miss my old clock, which is all very nice and sweet and lovely. So I'm, like that's my caffeine, I guess, is the loudness of the ring,
the jolting ring at 7 a.m. Yeah. That's living. I had an alarm clock that was like the old school because I had like the hardest time when I was in college. We won't talk about when that was. I had the hardest time getting up really early in the morning. Percy was still kind of little. So it was like the old school alarm clock with, the two bells on the side.
That's what mine is.
Yeah, that went off once and I chucked it across the room and went the fuck back to sleep. I mean, I literally sat straight out of bed, was like, chuck.
That's my old one. But what I did when I got it was like, there's the little thing that the percussive part that hits the bells.
Yes.
I turn it sideways. Like I bend it. So it has this nice soft ring, which is all I need. Like
it's not jolting.
No, it's not jolting. I'm a super light sleeper and I'm usually awake in the morning anyway. So yeah, that like actually works really well to make it nice and gentle.
Never
so I'm going to see if I can revive this
You're like, that's a little much.
That's a little much. Yeah. It's like, where's the fire?
Yeah, you're like, okay, I'm putting pants on. I'm putting pants on.
Oh no, if I think there's an emergency like an earthquake or something, I grab my bra immediately because I do not want to be running out in the streets braless. Not okay. That's the first thing I do when in California.
You're like, I'll be out here in underwear and t-shirt.
I wasn't wearing one the other day and like yesterday, and Amazon came by.
Of course they did.
Delivered. And so like it was this like pristine, perfect little, he looked like a K-pop star. Like
it was super cute.
And just perfecting himself, and his life should be perfect. And then I show up, like, at the door, and his eyes just went down, and they just stayed there.
Oh no. No. He can even like divert.
No.
Hey, you may have made his day,
I hope so. I mean, I was really hoping I didn't terrorize him.
I think he was like, yeah, no. He was like, yeah, braless girl, yeah.
My hair, I hadn't brushed it for like 3 days.
Oh no, so you answered the door looking like the holidays were real rough. Yeah. He's like, oh shit,
mirror person, You're
like, what do you want?
What? I think if he does it again, I'm gonna go for that. I'm just gonna like play it up.
No. You got to answer the door and be like, yeah, back for more.
Give him a little wink.
Go with it.
Eyes down here. Hey, eyes down here.
Or if you think it's Amazon, go the opposite direction. Answer the door and with like pants, but a bra and no shirt. I am a really bad influence. Don't come to me with stuff like this because I'm like, look, here's what we should do.
And the bra should be like one of those, Madonna bullet bras.
Yes. Like the cones. Yes.
Like some sort of alien thing.
Do you know, and I want this for my birthday, someone invented a wine bra. This is a lot of underwear talk for a music podcast, but fuck it. So there's this thing called a wine bra. And I guess, I'm not entirely sure how it works, but I'm going to assume that the cups are an empty space that you can fill with wine. And then it's got like a straw.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. That sounds pretty cool.
I'd rock that. I'd rock a wine bra.
I'd walk a
dog.
I'd actually go for one that had water in it,
Yes.
Like just go about your day.
Well, I mean, you just buy the wine bra and put water in it.
Wouldn't that be meta if it had milk in it?
That'd be really weird. That would really freak out whoever you're with. Like, is she drinking her own breast milk? Oh man, stick a White Russian in there, just pre-mix it. Just mess with people all freaking night. Yeah, I'm a bad influence.
Oh yeah, I totally want to do that at a party. That like my son would invite me to a party with his friends, and I'd show up with the wine with the milk bra.
Oh, the jokes. No, I don't. He'd never live it down. So where are you coming to us from?
At the moment, I am in my home in Hertfordshire, UK, which is a county that is, well, not in London, but on the outskirts of it, up north from London.
So you go to London pretty regularly, I take it? What's it like?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. Okay, never mind.
I used to and everything, yeah, but if you've been to New York, you've been to London. If you've been to any major city, you've been to London. No, if you've been to Athens, you've been to London and everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's you often find that really if you want to get a feel for the actual country that you're in, you go to the more kind of small towns. That's where, you know, you kind of really get the feel for what it is and stuff. Because, I mean, it's just how it is and stuff. Like every single major city that I've actually been to, and that includes Rome, it just feels all the same to me. You know, wherever you go and everything. But on the other hand, you go to a place like Alexandria in Italy and stuff, yeah, and you get a wholly different experience from what you would do and everything. I mean, you know, it's pretty much like the same things, like, you know, tall buildings, lots of people, everyone bumping into you, lots of shopping happening. Pretty much that's what London is.
Mm-hmm. I always heard London had a great punk rock scene, though.
Ow!
Maybe it did at one point.
He's like, not anymore. No, it doesn't.
No, I would say that probably the biggest scene here at the moment in London. I mean, the hardcore punk scene is pretty big. Everything. Mm-hmm. Definitely that. But I would say that your standard kind of like, you know, metal and stuff, yes, you're like standard kind of like hardcore meets metal. That's the big thing here in London and stuff. But I would imagine that's pretty much the same thing everywhere, to be honest. Kindly note that my accent may change throughout the interview because of the fact that I am from the US, but I've been here a long time. But I mean, I've been here a long time and stuff, and whenever I hear another American, my accent kind of creeps back in slowly and stuff.
I do the same with Southern accents, so.
Where were you from in the U.S., Dan?
Louisiana.
Oh, nice.
They say knowingly.
From the basically outskirts of Bayou Country.
Wow.
Do you miss it?
Yes, I do. Sometimes.
What made you move to Europe?
My parents. When I was last there, first thing that I wanted to do was go to literally every single store that I could find that sold a guitar. I think one of the store owners got kind of pissed off with my buddy, and he ended up kind of like asking us to leave because we were playing on the things for like 4 or 5 hours straight. On a single thing, except the sat there playing and stuff, like kind of like dueling banjos, but without the banjos.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Just trying to get like the most frantic lead that you can, and then just waiting for that reciprocal challenge, and then some, you know, and then like the third guy in the back just kind of like randomly playing drums because he can't actually play the drums, so he just likes to hit them. Guitar
Center hated you.
Yes, they did.
I didn't think it was Guitar Center, but it was. You know why, though? Do you know why they really hated you? Because most of the people that work at Guitar Center are musicians, and they weren't allowed to jump in and join you. And they were probably like jealous.
Yeah.
They're like, I want part of this. This is fun.
At the time, I think I was in one of my previous bands, and we had played the show with Dimmu Borgir, I think. So, but I don't know if anyone actually recognized us there.
Oh, interesting.
Cool. Yeah, the only thing that I really remember from that show is that I kind of took their hand stamp.
You stole their lunch.
Oh.
It wasn't just me. The guys from Cataclysm and one guy from Cryptopsy who was there just kind of like just hanging out and stuff because he wasn't even on the bill. He was taking them too. And everything and stuff. So I was like, cool, I'll take some too.
I'm hungry too.
Yeah, I don't even like hand and stuff, yeah, but you know.
But you had, so you could tell the story to us later.
Yeah.
Just hanging out and just stole the famous people's sandwiches. They're getting paid more than we are anyway. They can feed us.
I would like to know, where would you most like to imagine your music being played? Like if you're there and you just hear it coming over the whatever, what's the ideal location?
A lot of people who know my project stuff will know that it's a fairly eclectic mix of black metal, jazz, death, psychedelic noise, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So into the surreal nature and stuff. And I have had people tell me that the music is being beamed from outer space onto the Earth. So it would be cool if it was being beamed in outer space, but
Yeah.
there's no sound in outer space. So I would probably like the most surreal thing on the planet's surface. And the only thing that I can think of yet is maybe just like a booming noise over the streets of New York on the busiest day of the year. And like no one could ignore it at all.
So if you were walking along in a dark alley and you met traditional chorus verse chorus structure, what would you have to say to it?
I don't really have a habit of bad mouthing music at all. Even if I don't like it, I can always appreciate something in it. Because I will literally listen to anything with the exception of funk and reggae. And that's just because I have a total disagreement with those two genres and everything, yeah. But I think that chorus, verse does have its place in some genres and everything.
Who are your influences, Pan?
On the jazz side of things, John Zorn,
Okay.
Bill Laswell, I can't say her first name, but Maury, and I can't say his first name either. It starts with a Y. I-E-Y-E. Or jazz artists. Yakamenti, I'm sorry, I can't say his name.
Well, don't worry about it. They'll figure it out.
I would say that generally, I have, in terms of the metal side of things, you're probably looking at stuff like Emperor, Obscure Devotion, who are, and I actually speak to Rob from Obscure Devotion, which is kind of weird and stuff and everything. Origin, the tech death band.
Yeah.
I actually listen to a lot of tech death. Yeah, those probably are the ones that currently come to mind, but to be honest, if you was to ask me tomorrow, it would probably change. Oh, and Buckethead.
Yeah.
I'm a bucket.
Nice.
So yeah, those are just a handful of stuff. But generally speaking, if it's got a little bit of shred in there, I'll be drawn to it and stuff. But if it turns out it's just kind of like the same kind of like classical thing on the Malmsteen, I'll kind of get bored of it eventually. I just need something there that's a little bit different.
So let's talk about one of your songs. It is Future Nil Infinites. I probably wrote that wrong.
Future Null Infinity.
Infinities, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Tell me about that track. By the way, that has some like super heavy guitar on it. You were just talking about if it shreds, so that's what reminded me.
Oh yeah. So what would you like to know exactly?
What was the thought process behind that track? How did you create it?
All right. From what I remember and stuff, yeah. Okay. So what basically happened here was that spring the year before, yeah, we basically sat down and had a discussion about. I think that at the time, a lot of bands were doing stuff on space that we were actually kind of listening. So we wanted to do something that was kind of like space-based, but at the same time, stuff really weird and kind of like really unusual. And we actually pictured ourselves as a photon being swallowed up by a black hole. And we tried to make a soundtrack to that. I would say it was actually my partner and stuff that came up with it. That came up with the skeleton of the track, and then I just kind of added to it and stuff. Unfortunately, she's not here today to be interviewed and everything yet, but the writing process begins with her. She basically provides me the skeleton of the track and everything, and I basically kind of like flesh it out, and then after it's about 80-90% and stuff, we'll kind of both go at it.
use much in the way of samples when you're adding in the layers?
Sometimes, not always stuff and everything, but they're always kind of like recorded samples and stuff. I think the word for that is plunderphonics.
In your description of yourself with your music, you say, "I am the centipede under the bark of the tree." And then you talk about experiences that sit parallel alongside each other. Is that what that's referring to? Like the centipede is only seeing what's inside the bark of the tree rather than seeing outside it, and it's the parallel world of the centipede versus what's on the outside of the bark?
Okay, well, I'll actually explain this. In certain communities, people align themselves with certain animals. Like in black metal, you see a lot of kind of like wolves. I have a fascination with insects. I kind of see we kind of see, because I'm speaking on behalf of, even though she's not here and stuff, we kind of see music as the centipede.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Generally speaking of stuff and everything, a centipede is quite brash, brazen. It doesn't really kind of like sit back, stalk its prey. It's literally just there in your face. It will charge up, bite the hell out, try to strangle you, and then just eat you. If there were giant centipedes like today, I'd be worried, to be honest.
Yeah. We would definitely be done. We would be weird. I don't even like them small. I'm going to be very honest with you.
We actually have a garden full of centipedes.
You have what?
I have a garden full of centipedes.
No. Nope.
No. And they all tend to hang out under the bark of the tree.
Some of my best friends are house spiders, cellar spiders.
No.
My best friends are cellar spiders. Yeah, we'll hang out. They'll come and talk to me, and I'll let them in and out, and we're really good buddies.
I appreciate everything about the two of you, but I want you to know this entire conversation is going to follow me into my nightmares. And there's going to be a giant spider like, "Hey, can you let me out?" And it's no.
I will let you out, but I will not let you back in.
Right, that's fine. And are you perform? Well, I know a lot of people still aren't performing. I don't know what it's like where you are. But do you perform your music live? And if so, what is your show like?
I used to perform live in my two previous projects. I would say that they were quite energetic and stuff. But with this project, I kind of found performing to be a little bit tedious, if you understand what I mean from my own personal perspective. It's like I can play the same song like a few times, but if I play more than that, I get bored of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, Act of
I get it.
Act of Entropy and stuff is a purely studio-only project, and it's going to stay like that.
So let's talk about the other song you sent me, and I know I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Conditional Idealist. Did I spell it? I'm looking right at the track you sent me. I am not a great reader.
Conduitonal.
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 I feel so dumb. A conduitonal idealist. I promise I have a college education. I swear to God.
All those words are made up, by the way.
Oh, well, that might explain it. Shit.
Not your fault.
Like I said, I make up a lot of words. Everything.
So tell me about that song.
Well, that comes from Where and Everything, which is an EP that we dropped just under a month ago now, I think.
Yeah.
And that one was all about perceptions.
Perceptions?
Yeah.
Cool.
The idea of parallel worlds alongside each other, but not parallel as in sci-fi parallel. It's like your experience now, will be very much different from, say, the experience of that bug who's in your garden right about now. Yet you both inhabit the same space, but you're actually worlds apart and everything. Yeah, so we were kind of talking parallel worlds. And this is actually something that we were discussing about.
I really liked that track a lot. At first I was like, I was trying to understand kind of where it was going, and I had to listen to it a few times. And now that you've explained it to me, I'm going to have to go back and listen to it again. I really enjoyed it though, because it does sort of take you almost like on a journey, and the lead in that was really cool. There was like a moment of really cool lead guitar that I enjoyed quite a bit. where can my listeners find you and learn more about you and get your music?
There's the Bandcamp site.
Okay.
We also have a Facebook page and an Instagram page that we just kind of set up like about 2 weeks back. Yeah, those are the three main ways to find us and everything. There is an official site and stuff, but you can access all of our links from the Bandcamp site. Yeah, that's where to find us.
Awesome, awesome. I want to thank you so much for being on the show.
Well, I just want to say thanks and stuff and everything, yeah, and I'm sorry about those glitches early on.
No,
I don't know
no.
what was happening.
Well,
It's all good. I appreciate your patience. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, thanks for being such a fantastic guest. Great interview.
That was awesome.
This is going to be out after the holidays, but Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays or Happy Solstice or Happy Yule to everybody out there listening. I know it's a late one, but thank you anyway. I want to thank the wonderful and beautiful and talented Sound Animal for joining me for the last 2 episodes. I really appreciate it, man, because like I went from having a co-host, not having a co-host, and I was like, I don't think I can do it.
Gotta have a co-host.
Gotta have a co-host. It does make a difference for sure. It is way more fun.
Your shows were great just on your own, but it's just such a fun experience.
It is. Well, thank you so much. And I hope that you will be willing to fill in again should the need arise. Perhaps when I go away, you could interview somebody with Brent because
that would be great.
But I'm not sure how. I know I'm leaving in the middle of February, but my goal is to have interviews already plugged in, as you know, because I'm going to visit you. But so Brent's going to be back and then we'll be around for a minute. And then I'm going to be the one to go away, because if I don't go home and get my butt in the redwoods next to the ocean, I'm going to lose my shit. So
redwoods are really helpful.
Well, I want to thank you for being on the show. Please, listeners, below Pan and Act of Entropy's links are going to be Sound Animal's link. Also follow, like, subscribe to her as well, and get out there and keep making noise.